for once, Angel Reese was actually picking on somebody her own size. Now, if I was to take bets in this, NaLyssa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on NaLyssa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close.
Angel Reese just encountered the most difficult reality check of her professional life, which was brought on by NaLyssa Smith. During the Sky against Wings game, Reese used her typical intimidation methods on Smith, but here is what no one anticipated: the moment when someone finally confronts the playground bully. Smith refused to back down. Instead, she gave Reese a piece of humble pie that left the Chicago forward in complete shock. The technical fouls were only the start of what ended up being Reese's most humiliating night of the season. Comment fire, baby giraffe, if you believe that Reese should just leave. Let's do so.
NaLyssa Smith was D'ing up Angel Reese pretty staunchly during this game.
The game, Charles.
Oh, man.
The game, Charles.
Oh, man.
The game, Charles.
Oh, man.
The game, Charles.
Oh, no.
The game, Charles.
Give me that. Jesus, dude. When NaLyssa Smith is doing that to you, you know you just aren't ready for it, man. When NaLyssa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened?
Imagine this Angel. The Chicago Sky forward had perfected her routine over the season of getting physical, trash-talking, and watching opponents shrink away, so when Reese strode onto the court against Dallas with that familiar smirk, she probably thought she had found another player to intimidate. However, when she locked eyes with NaLyssa Smith that night, something felt different. The usual fear wasn't there, and Smith looked back at her with the kind of calm confidence that should have been Reese's first warning.
The two of them getting into it. And by the way, this started off by NaLyssa Smith going for a rebound and Angel just shoving her. Just shoving her and then complaining to the refs. And by the way, I don't blame Angel Reese for, shoving people and expecting to get away with it. The referees have shown that you are allowed to shove people and get away with it. Like, that is a given.
When Reese gave Smith a hard foul and a clear shove, most players would have taken the hit, maybe gave her a quick glance, and moved on. However, Smith had something to say about it, and whatever she said lit Reese up like a Christmas tree, allowing you to see the exact moment. Reese's mind went from basketball to confrontation gear. Her jaw tightened, her shoulders squared, and she began to approach Smith as if she controlled the space.
Down around the rim, NaLyssa Smith and Angel Reese both got technical fouls, and things got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass.
Right there.
How did Dejounte hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
Yeah, the speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at each other.
This is where things start to become intriguing. Smith did not retrench a single step as Reese performed her customary puffed chest routine. The contrast was striking as Reese became more animated by the second, while Smith maintained this cool, collected energy that likely drove Reese completely insane. You know how bullies react when their intimidation tactics fail, and that's exactly what we saw.
When NaLyssa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened? What happened last year? Was it the Indiana Fever on the jersey? That made you go extra hard? Was it that other player on that team that was like, oh, that 22, oh, I really want to show her something? Is that what really made it? Because in these matchups against the Dallas Wings, you really haven't been anything special at all. Maybe NaLyssa Smith was tired of seeing her in a meme all offseason. NaLyssa's like, you know what? That next time I play her, I'm not going to let her cook me and do me like that.
Smith's teammates knew she could handle herself, so they weren't even hurrying to pull her away when the crowd realized right away that the arena had changed from a casual game atmosphere to full-blown drama alert. People were standing up, phones were coming out, and you could feel the electric tension that occurs when something real is about to happen.
I'm not sure Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved, because my goodness, I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. NaLyssa Smith, I think she sort of believes she's a little bit more masculine, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, as far as flexing goes, we talked about this a little earlier. NaLyssa Smith showed her ass last night. She did. I mean, at 6 of 12 from the field, 27 minutes, 20 points, 3 block shots last night.
The history between Smith and Ree had been developing all season long, with Smith obviously getting under Reese's skin in ways that other players couldn't handle. However, prior encounters had been brief exchanges that ended quickly, and this time with cameras rolling and a full audience watching, Ree couldn't just leave without looking foolish. This wasn't Smith's first time with Ree. The two had been jawing back and forth since Reese's rookie season when Smith was still playing for Indiana.
Angel Reese goes after shoving NaLyssa Smith. The two of them are getting into it. Arike is there trying to be peacemaker. Courtney Vandersloot immediately doesn't know what's going on. The two of them getting into it.
When Smith refused to participate in the intimidation game, you could literally see Reese's confidence crumble as her body language changed entirely from predator to perplexed prey in about 30 seconds. This realization that she had chosen the wrong target was what made this confrontation so satisfying. Her entire persona depends on other players giving her the psychological edge she believes makes her tough.
If you guys don't remember, like even last season, the two of them were getting into it through the entire season. The two of them were getting into it, and you saw literally when the referees tried to break it up, you saw them just go like, don't. Like the two of them want to get into it, and again, this is a rivalry.
The officials intervened and gave both players technical fouls, as was to be expected, but only one player appeared to have won the psychological fight as they left the scene. Smith returned to her post, seeming as though she had just swatted a bothersome fly. The commentators noticed that Ree had the defeated energy of someone who had recently discovered an uncomfortable truth about themselves. One of them commented that Smith seemed to be in better shape and was reading plays defensively, raising doubts about Ree's self-awareness after going 3 for 12 that night. The entire incident revealed more than just two players getting heated. It was about what happens when someone finally calls out the behavior that everyone else has been skirting.
Showing that the other day was just a glimmer of hope that she had figured out how to start playing, as in only take 5 to 6 shots a game. Get rebounds, distribute the ball out to everybody out on the perimeter, and quit shooting the ball.
The fact that NaLyssa Smith had a history with Angel Reese and wasn't prepared to allow a second-year player to humiliate her on national television set her apart from every other player who has dealt with Reese's shenanigans. Smith entered the league with a clear understanding of Ree's personality, and their rivalry dates back to a time when Smith was already making a name for herself as a game nobody and Ree was still learning how to be a professional.
She's reading plays, like NaLyssa Smith reading plays defensively.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice.
Oh.
Pass. How did Dejanay?
Angel Reese tries to intercept the pass, and then her and NaLyssa Smith start jawing at each other. Start talking at each other. Start jawing at each other. Start talking at each other.
This is what makes everything more better. When you have that connection, every interaction with Ree becomes personal. Smith wasn't just defending herself that night. She was defending the reputation of a franchise that holds special meaning for her. Smith used to play for the Indiana Fever, you know, the same team that selected Caitlin Clark in the draft, the same organization that Ree has been disparaging all season long.
You're gonna let NaLyssa Smith talk to you like that, Angel? You gotta fight her, right? Isn't that what the pieces want? Angel, why are you just sitting behind your teammates? You gotta go fight that woman, Angel. You gotta go lion from the Wizard of... Put him up. Put him up. That's what you gotta do. Come on. Come on. This is another angle of their little dust-up that they encountered. Nice little baseline angle.
Most people are unaware of the depth of these two athletes' history. Smith has been observing Reese's performance since her rookie season, and it's obvious that she's had enough of the drama queen. Their frequent interactions had been leading up to this point the entire season, and you could tell by the way Smith carried herself around Rhee, there was none of the cautious energy other players display. Smith treated each game as though she had unresolved business.
In this game right here, if we don't remember, up until the point where the starters were taken out, Angel Reese had 4 points. She had 4 points, 5 rebounds, but NaLyssa Smith had 14 points. She had 14 points on Angel Reese versus Angel Reese's 4 in 19 minutes. They took her off, and it was a very, very comfortable win for the Indiana Fever, where Caitlin Clark, in fact, had 31 points, 12 assists on 14 shots. Jesus, post-Olympic break, Caitlin Clark was another level.
Let's discuss Smith's defensive contributions. The commentators pointed out that she was analyzing plays defensively during the game, which isn't luck, but rather a meeting opportunity. Smith was blocking shots, getting in passing lanes, and generally making Reese's life miserable on the offensive end. The contrast in their methods couldn't be more apparent, while Rhee was occupied with trying to create drama and get people's attention. Smith had obviously studied Reese's tendencies and knew exactly how to disrupt her rhythm. While Rhee labored to 4 points and 5 rebounds, appearing as though she needed a nap more than another altercation, Smith was intent on playing basketball and scored 14 points in just 19 minutes of activity. The figures clearly show who had the better night.
Angel Reese playing like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we can miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah, you guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
This whole situation is further complicated by her relationship to Indiana. She spent time with that organization, learned about their culture, and comprehends what professional basketball looks like. When you witness someone disregarding that standard, it strikes a different chord. What's interesting about Smith's performance against Rhee is that, although Rhee had previously outplayed Smith fairly convincingly, Smith had learned from the experience and returned stronger. That's what true competitors do. They adjust, they get better, and they don't let past defeats dictate future encounters. Smith wasn't just defending herself. She was defending every player who believes in conducting business the right way.
You're not seeing Angel Reese chase after NaLyssa Smith here. This is one of those basketball fights where no basketball things where people chirp at each other and they don't jump up and run after the person. Like, you know it's a bit different on that one there. And
when Smith blocked Reese's shots and outplayed her on both ends of the court, she was proving a point that needed to be made. The beautiful thing about Smith's approach is how effortless it looked. She didn't need to create drama or manufacture controversy. She just played her game and let her performance do the talking. That's probably what frustrated Rhee the most, because almost all of her usual tactics were completely useless against someone who simply refused to engage with the nonsense. Smith represents something that many fans have been waiting for: someone who can match Reese's intensity without all the unnecessary theatrics, someone who can back up their confidence with actual skill and professionalism.
You know what's going to be funny one of these days? When none of her teammates try to get in the way of anything. Is she going to actually charge? Like, is Angel actually going to charge? One could say they're not in the way here, but she didn't. Oh yeah, NaLyssa's standing there like here. Oh, okay. Well, she got a teammate right here. Oh, this is interesting. Interesting. Dejanay does come around right there. You saw her. She's kind of trying to say, hey, calm down, boo. Calm down.
Smith revealed that Reese's intimidation game was nothing more than smoke and mirrors when confronted with genuine competition from someone who wasn't intimidated. Smith's performance demonstrated just how problematic things have gotten in a league that is losing control over player behavior. If you think this was an isolated incident, consider this. The WNBA has been dealing with an alarming pattern of increasing technical fouls and on-court confrontations throughout the league.